I'm Patrick Tranel. I'm a professor at the University of Illinois. I want to talk a little bit about unpredictability of non-target site resistance. So when we have target site resistance, it's only going to confer resistance to herbicides that have that same target site. And so to manage it, we utilize herbicides that have different sites of action. With non-target site resistance, unfortunately, it doesn't just confer resistance to one site of action chemistry. Rather, it can confer resistance broadly across different sites of action. And that makes it unpredictable. We don't know what are good herbicide tank mixes, for example, to manage non-target site resistance. We don't know what sort of herbicide should be used in rotation to manage non-target site resistance, because we don't really know if you have a single non-target site resistance mechanism, we don't necessarily know what other herbicides that's going to confer resistance to. So that's kind of where we are now. What we hope to do in the future is, as we better understand how non-target site resistance is conferred, what the details of that non-target site resistance mechanism is, maybe we can make it more predictable. One of the things that's helping us in trying to accomplish this is there's been a pretty large effort recently in obtaining genomes, the genomic sequence of some of our weed species. And we can use that genomic information to better understand how this non-target site resistance is occurring. Ultimately, where we'd like to be in the future is, right now, you can go to a color-coded chart and see how to manage target site resistance, picking herbicides from different color codes, different sites of action. If we knew which enzymes metabolize which herbicides, for example, when you get metabolic resistance to a herbicide, if we knew which enzyme is metabolizing herbicide A, and we also knew that that enzyme metabolized herbicide B, C, and D, then we could create a color-coded chart based on which herbicides are metabolized by the same enzyme. And so this is obviously not going to happen tomorrow or next year, but in the future, we may have additional tools which will help inform us how we should rotate herbicides and which herbicides we should tank mix together to be effective tank mixes. So we're using herbicides that are not selecting for the same mechanism, whether that be a target site mechanism or a non-target site mechanism.